I would like to talk about the dark side of paradise, what they don't tell you about Southeast Asia. Alright, let's talk about it. The stuff nobody wants to say out loud. Everyone loves to show off the beaches, the food, the women, the nightlife, the freedom. You'll feel you'll feel when you're in the land of Southeast Asia. And to be fair, yeah, it's real. You can live pretty damn well out there here, especially compared to the West. But what they don't tell you is the full story. And if you're thinking about making a move or even just fantasizing about escaping the Western grind, you need to hear about the other side too. Because every paradise has its dark side also. And in Southeast Asia is no exception to this rule. So let's break it down. One, the illusion of freedom. Everyone talks about how free you feel in Southeast Asia. No one is breathing down your neck. Fewer rules, less government overreach. But the truth, you are free only as long as you stay in your lane. In other words, you fly under the radar, staying out of trouble. You're still a foreigner, a guest, and that freedom can disappear real quick if you mess with the wrong people, disrespect the local culture, or you just get unlucky. Unlucky. Here are ever hear of foreigners being deported for a Facebook post or locked up for a misunderstanding? It happens because you don't have the same rights out here. You're not protected like you are back in your home country. You're not part of the system. You're outside of it. So yeah, you might feel free, but don't forget how fragile that freedom really is, especially if you make poor choices. Two, corruption is everywhere. Corruption is baked into the system in a lot of Southeast Asian countries. Police, government, even basic permits. If money is involved, there's a chance someone wants their cut. Now, for some guys, this is actually appealing to them. I can just pay the bribe and walk away. Sweet. Until it turns against you, until the one getting shaken down or scammed or blackmailed is you, and you got money or everybody thinks you do, you become a target. It's not about good or bad, it's about knowing the game. And if you don't understand the local rules, you will lose very fast. Three, not all smiles are sincere. Yes, people in Southeast Asia are often warm, kind, and welcoming. That's real, but don't mistake the politeness for friendship or kindness for loyalty. There are plenty of locals who see foreigners as walking ATMs, especially in places like Pattaya or Angeles City or tourist-heavy areas. You meet people who act like your best friend until the money runs out or your visa expires or you just stop paying for everything. And suddenly they're gone or even worse, they turn against you. Some of the saddest stories I've heard come from guys trusting too quickly, fell in love too fast, gave too much, and lost everything they had. Be friendly, be kind, but keep your eyes open and be cautious. Four, love isn't always what it seems. This one is going to hurt for some of you. If you're older, out of shape, maybe not doing great back home, and suddenly the land in Southeast Asia and a 25-year-old beauty is showering you with attention, be honest. What would that happen back home? Now, I'm not saying real relationships aren't possible. They are. Not seen them, but you better understand the difference between love and survival. Some women will do whatever it takes to get out of poverty. Some are under pressure from the family. Some see you as a ticket to a better life. or at least a steady monthly income. And if you can't provide that, you might find out real fast what you mean to her. Not always, but enough times to make this a serious warning. So I advise everyone when you go overseas to take your time to find a partner who aligns with your boundaries, your principles, and your boundaries. Never rush love. 5. Loneliness can hit hard. Here's the part nobody puts on Instagram. You can be surrounded by palm trees, women, and nightlife and still feel completely alone. A lot of guys come here running from something: divorce, depression, financial ruin, and at first it feels like you finally escaped. But after a while, the silence catches up with you. You start to miss the deep conversation, real real friendships, family, culture, and yeah, even some of your old routines. If you haven't worked on yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you still carry your demons with you, even in paradise. 6. Healthcare in the aging abroad. If you're young and healthy, Southeast Asia feels more like a dream. But what about when you're 70, or when you get sick, or it breaks, or you break a leg, or on a scooter in an accident? Some countries have decent hospitals if you have the money, but a long term care, assisted living, mental health service, it's not like in the West. And unless you got serious savings or a Thai Filipino family ready to care for you, aging here can get very scary very fast. Too many guys ignore this too late. 7. The expat trap. A lot of men come to Southeast Asia thinking they'll fix everything. They say, once I leave the West, my problems will be gone. But the truth is, if you were lost, bitter, or broken back home, that stuff doesn't just vanish, it follows you. And if you don't heal, just you'll just end up in a new country making the same old mistakes. So only now you got to less support and fewer rights. That's why some guys come here, burn out quickly, and go home broken and bitter, and end up worse off than they were where they started from. 8. Drugs, alcohol, and escapism. The temptation to party is everywhere. Cheap drinks, party scenes, no one watching you, and no one judging. But for some guys, that freedom turns into addiction. It starts with nightly beers, then bar girls, then maybe a little weed or pills. And before you know it, they're in a downward spiral. No job, no money, no direction. Just another foreigner in a dark room wondering where it all went wrong with them. I have seen too many guys fall in this trap because paradise can become a prison if you don't stay well grounded. 9. You're replaceable. One thing you need to accept out here, you're not that special. Thousands of foreigners come and go every month, new faces, new wallets, new dreams, and the local economy, especially in the tourist areas, is built around them. So if you leave, someone else will fill your spot very fast. That girl thought was yours, someone else is messing with her right now. That little bar you thought loved you, that little bar girl you thought loved you, they already moved on with the next man. This isn't this isn't to be bitter. It's to remind you to stay humble, stay clear-eyed, and don't take anything for granted. 10. It can still be worth it if you're ready. Now, after all that, let me say this: Southeast Asia can absolutely be the best thing you ever happened to you in your life, but only if you're prepared and willing to put in the work. Come here with respect, come here with self awareness, come here with a plan. Don't try to escape your problems, solve them first. Don't chase the woman, but build a better life for yourself first. Don't expect paradise, but build your own version of it. If you come here grounded, realistic, with your eyes open, you will do just fine overseas. But if you show up drunk on a fantasy, entitled, or naive, Southeast Asia will eat you alive. My final thoughts. This isn't about being negative. It's about balance, because the guys who thrive out here, they're not the ones chasing their dream. They are the ones who showed up clear-eyed and steady hearts. So if you're serious about Southeast Asia, prepare yourself. The good is really good, but the bad, it can destroy you if you're not prepared for it. Paradise isn't free, but it can be earned through hard work and keeping your expectations realistic. Stay smart, stay humble, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find something out here that better than you ever imagined that you can find back home. With that, I'd like to end this and thank everybody for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. And if you like to, be free to subscribe and like the video. And I'd like to thank everybody for the time, and take care of yourself.